Hello, I'm Rasta Sienga Malimcheche. If you are a leader and you don't have communication, you lack the edge to be able to fix and enable your company, your government, your ministry, your leadership, wherever you are leading, it will lack the cutting edge to be able to continue. So as a leader, you must be effective in communication. And this one will fashion up or build up your leadership. That's why when you start a foundation, you start an organization, you become a king or the president of a country, or whatever leadership of governance, whatever leadership you are, we should have a committee. Why do you have a committee? For effective communication, to provide governance, to provide advice, to provide consultation, to be able to achieve the goals, to achieve the sustainable goals, to achieve your vision, to achieve your objective, and all that you are planning to do. Because you need people to communicate with and plan well. So, if you don't communication, because communication is the cutting edge, if you don't communicate, if you're a leader, you don't have your advisors, you don't have counselors, people can counsel you, people can sit with and be able to plan together, be able to set rules, goals, be able to set policies, be able to have a strategic plan, be able to have people who do what we call implementation, that we have various committees, people who communicate and be able to implement what have been communicated out in your leadership. Without that one, then your leader will end, your leadership will end and confusion will come. So it is through communication that a government, a ministry, a company, a religious organization, an governmental organization, a community-based organization, whatever system that has leadership that can be able to be sharpened, can be able to have life, and can be able to be powerful. That's why you see some companies are very, very powerful. Some nations are very, very powerful because they have effective communication from the leadership, effective communication. And communication starts from the leadership with the committees, and then it is passed out to the followers, people that they are being led, to know what they're supposed to do, which way they're supposed to go. You know, a leader leads from front, and those who are his followers, they follow him. So without guidance, without without power on the authority, then leadership starts embracing confusion, start embracing compromisation, and this one leads to the fall of that leadership, and start having people who start to complain about that leadership. So it becomes like pierced leadership that cannot stand by itself, because people have been cultivated into self-interest, into corruption. They have been cultivated in the fears of knowledge, the fears of wisdom, the fears of understanding. They can no longer listen. They cannot no longer digest whatever they have been taught. They can no longer follow instruction, and this leads to the fall of that leadership. So without communication in leadership, then people start competing with one another. We have seen these people competing here and there. They compete over leadership. They compete about anything they can in order to gain their selfish ambition, and this one leads to the fall of that leadership. They cannot pay attention to what they are being consulted, to what they are being advised. They cannot pay attention. They don't want to do the things their own way. They become detecting everything, and this brings a ruin to that leadership. So for effective leadership, it needs communication. That's why, as I said earlier, in every leadership, we have a board. People who can advise, people can make a decision, or you have a committee, various committees depending on which section needs effective communication. Just so you see, we have finance committees, we have advocacy committees, we have planning committees, and so further. And this one helps in shaping the leadership and shaping the policies, enabling a good working environment, and enabling those who follow to have guidance to know what they're supposed to do. And this is the chain of power and authority that a leader can have. And this makes people to become obedient and to become disciplined according to the policies, the laws, the constitution, whatever is put there to guide them into what they are supposed to function and to their daily workability they are doing to be able to earn whatever they need for their self-sustaining or for their quality livelihood. And without that one, and without communication, everywhere there's no communication is cut, then there's no leadership, there's no peace, there's no love, there's no joy, because there's no effective communication. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Mwalimu Cheche Rasto.